Hey everybody, how you doing? Don't know how I'm coming across right now, whether or not you can see me during this session, but had some thoughts, so I thought I'd get it down on tape before I have some other thoughts other than this. I was thinking that, when you write a book, especially when you are trying to bring about a certain amount of credibility in the community, in the world of addiction, you want to come across as giving out good evidence-based information. Me being a social worker, a licensed social worker, and being an addiction therapist, you want to relate to the evidence that's provided. Means a lot, has a lot to do with what works and what don't work, and how we come about making decisions and assessments and opinions about all kinds of things that has to do with human behavior. But when it comes to addiction, and I'm going to have to clarify this because I'm not saying anything negative. There is a certain amount of validity, a certain amount of credibility, not only to evidence-based information, but also to the human experience. And that does not mean that you got to be an addict in order to be a good communicator, a good motivator, a good therapist. But it does have its I don't want to say advantages, but it does have its certain area of credibility and validity. When you've been there, when you've done that, you can relate to certain things, certain experiences, and it allows you to cut through a whole lot of issues that we as addicts bring up when we talking to somebody that has not put in the hours. I mean, I'm thinking about a whole lot of different issues. You don't want a carpenter to build your house. You find out he's just got some schools experience. He hasn't even built a shoebox yet. So you want a carpenter with some experience when you getting ready to build a $300,000-$500,000 house. Same thing that goes with anything else, plumbing, electrical. And I wanted to be able to put that out in a positive way because it means something to those who you got to give credit where credit is due, who's been in the fight, so to speak, and come out on the other end and know the difference between just saying no to something that you love and will always love for your entire life in your recovery. I talk to groups all the time, and I ask them, I say, who in this group don't like to get high no more? And true enough, based on where you're in a treatment program, you're in a group, naturally you're gonna see one, maybe two hands go up. And then I say, well, who in the group still like to get high? Almost 95 to 99% gonna raise their hand. And I usually say, I'm glad to hear that, because as much recovery time that I have, and you only got a day at a time. I mean, we're not trying to fool nobody here. I still like to get high, and I preface it by saying to the group, you know what, let me change that. I still love to get high. I like the feeling, I like the action, I like the juice, I like everything that goes with getting high, because when you get high for so long, there's other things about getting high that goes along with it. Even down to the language, the phonics, the sounds, the culture, all of that goes with it. It's a whole different atmosphere. So when you're recovering from whatever mood altering chemical you're recovering from, you still got that other side of you, that non-using side of you that's still associated with and connected to and conditioned to, that lifestyle. I have a lot of different sayings that I, come up with during the years. After a while, you got more clean time than you got, using time. And I think I'm almost maybe a couple of more years, over my using time. So I'm batting a little bit over 500. One of the sayings that I have, and I have to preface this, or more often than not, because you definitely don't want to give nobody the wrong opinion, because a lot of times you say something and people use that as a reason to use that to do different things, or to think a different way, or to reinforce the beliefs they already have, that keeps them out there a little bit longer. So a lot of times when I'm in a treatment program, I say, look, I got nothing bad to say about this program. It's providing you with a safe environment. You're getting a place to stay, food, 3 meals a day, place to sleep, nobody using. And for that reason, I'm not down in the program at all. But I tell people, especially brothers and sisters in short-term programs, anywhere from, I've seen them anywhere from 3 days to 35 days, and some even close to 90 days. You still consider that short-term, and we can get in that, based on a lot of physiological information that has to do with that. But I tell them, keeping with the subject I'm on right now, I said, look, I don't want to shock anybody by saying this, but this is not a drug program. I know you came in here to stop using drugs and get back on the right foot, and this, that, and the other, but you're not in a drug program. You in a between the ears program, because that's what recovery is about. It's about making decisions and making choices. So while you in this program, allow yourself to know that you in here to develop another way of thinking, another way of combating and confronting those beliefs and those thoughts you have right now that make it all right for you to go use again. So while you in here, think about the issues, things that go on with you when you're not in here, that constantly create situations for you to relapse over. There's a lot of times before you use, you've already used in your head. You've already made that decision that, you know what, this is too stressful, this is too much, I can't deal with this, I just need 5 minutes, just give me something, just let me get one shot, and I'll be all right, because I'm about to lose it. Whatever's going on is on my last nerve, or I'm so overwhelmed and depressed, and I'm so excited and happy. Whatever the reason is, it's enough to validate me going back out there, finding something or somebody, get something, go get high. So a lot of times when we look at this, we want to know, hey, yeah, look, I'm not saying nothing negative about this because we all need it. But the bottom line, when you get down to it, it's about me and what's going on between my ears that I'm going to have to straighten out within myself in order for me to get another minute, another hour, another day of clean time. Be very grateful that they have self-help community support systems out here like NAAA, your faith-based churches and foundations, and now even the internet, where you've got a lot of things on the internet. All you got to do is just click it on, and you back within that environment where you can get some motivation to go to the next level, go to the next minute, go to the next hour. So I always ask them to think about that and to come up with something within their own thought process that's going to put them back on track. And I'll give you an example. I use this all the time. I'm not saying nothing new. I've been doing this for longer than I ever thought I would, going on 30 years. And I say this all the time to myself because a lot of times, there's no support out there for me at times either. I let them know, look, you could have a sponsor, you could have 15 books, you can have favorites on every internet site out there. You can even subscribe to therapists and all of that, and all of that's good. All of that's good. But what we want to do for ourselves is to know that no matter what, using is not an option. Because a lot of times, your sponsor ain't going to be out there. It ain't going to be a group going on. It's going to be 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be somebody knocking on the door that you used to have a relationship with. It's going to be, man, I just hit the lottery. It's going to be everything under the sun. It's funny how things come up when you working on a recovery plan or you getting ready to work on a recovery plan. Man, stuff come up and you be wishing about, when you're using, it never comes up. For 3, 4, 30, 40 years, get in treatment and get in recovery, and the next thing you know, boom, there it is. There it is. So I want to leave you with that. I got to go in here for a couple of seconds, and I'll be right back, and we'll resume this when I get back, okay? All right.